Wrong Turn was released in 2003 and is about motorist Chris. He crashes into a carload of other young people, and the group are left stranded and lost in the woods of West Virginia. They are then hunted by 3 cannibalistic mountain men who are grossly disfigured by generations of inbreeding. The thing about revisiting movies you used to watch at an early age is that either they could still hold up, or be a massive letdown and not be as good as you remembered. Wrong Turn used to come on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was a kid, and it was one of those movies, whether it was part 1 or part 8, I don't know, there's like a bunch of these movies. For what reason, I don't know. But it would be one of the movies that would play on Sci-Fi, and I don't remember the acting and dialogue being this bad. Could be the nostalgia talking, but these movies are full of mean-spirited violence, good times, and pretty fine final girls. 2003 was a pretty big year for slasher movies. You had Freddy vs. Jason, you had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, you had House of Wax, you had Jeepers Creepers 2, and then you had the first Wrong Turn film. And what do all these movies share in common? They're pretty freaking fun, that's what. Most horror movies that were coming out around this time kind of had the same look and feel to them. It was raw, it was gritty, and that's something that I like about all these films. The performances in Wrong Turn are far from good, but they're serviceable enough to draw you in. I think I was more interested in the actors playing these characters than the characters themselves, because there's a lot of recognizable faces in this cast. The movie begins with the character Chris crashing his car into the group of friends' car. The group of friends come out of the woods. What they were doing in there, I have no idea. They exchange a few words, and then everybody hikes off into the road, leaving a couple to watch the cars. And when everybody wanders off onto the road, this couple starts to get it on. Wouldn't it be funny if, while the couple's doing it on the hood of this car, another car just came crashing into them, sending them into the air? Jessie, played by Eliza Dushku, is first annoyed with the Chris character, but then once the group wanders off, she's with him by his side the entire runtime. Almost like they know each other more than her own friends. You got a lot of trust in strangers, ma'am. I'll talk about the Carly character in a bit, but there's a scene where she needs to pee, and the character Chris needs a phone. So what do? We break and enter into the first house we see, only to find it a disgusting mess. Would have been better off using the restroom in the 100 acres of woods. It's a lot cleaner than that house. Carly. The plot is pretty straightforward. Friends get lost in the woods, and then they're getting hunted down by a bunch of inbred cannibals. The forest setting is eerie, and the tension builds up as you watch these characters struggle to survive in certain points of the film. One being a pretty tense scene that has the deal with the characters Chris and Jessie when they're hidden underneath the bed, and then one of the victims falls right in front of them, and then a pool of her blood leads straight to them. These characters are dumb. Like, really dumb. And then we have the character Carly, and she's about like the kind of person you don't want to be around when there's a bunch of cannibals chasing after you. Oh look, there's a watchtower. Everybody be quiet. Everybody shh.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
Shut the up! Our character Chris doesn't second guess plans. Someone comes up with an idea and this man does not hesitate. Let me give you an example. There's a scene where the group hides behind a car, and then here comes the cannibals in their truck. They then get out and scope out the area. One of the characters in the group comes up with a plan. Maybe one of us should cause a distraction.
Who? Who's gonna do it?
Me.
Hey! 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 Over
here! Or the scene where they're all in the watchtower, and then the cannibals try to burn them out. And then they look outside the window.
Maybe we should jump out.
Then we cut to Chris. Keep in mind, these characters jump from like 100 feet from the watchtower safely onto all these branches. It was dumb, but I thought this was like the most entertaining and creative sequence in the entire movie. They're basically superhuman beyond this point. Except Carly. Sorry, Carly. You had it coming. Definitely kill of the movie, by the way, and despite the low body count, there is some pretty solid kills in this film. They do not disappoint. There's plenty of carnage candy that takes place in the world of Wrong Turn. There are quite a few stunts and set pieces for how low budget this film is. A lot of the cast did their own stunts. Harrington broke an ankle, someone dislocated their shoulder, Julian Richings got set on fire. A lot of the cast and crew got covered in poison ivy while filming it too in the woods. And I really like the more tactical villains. They all have a slightly unique look to them, thanks to the solid makeup work. My favorite cannibal is the one who is acting like it's the best day of his life. I think there's a lack of true slasher flicks that don't really aim for that fun formula and have a solid budget with a good, decent cast, and that's why I enjoy films like this. Such a great guilty pleasure, good kills, really good effects, everything it wants to be is exactly that. So I'll be giving Wrong Turn a solid 3 out of 5 stars. My new grading system that I just started, literally, in this moment. I just came up with it right now. Cool. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to bringing out more videos pretty soon. I'm Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video.